So I've been thinking about something, and of course it has something to do with ROOFPIECE. ROOFPIECE, if you don't know, is a span of chapters in One Piece that encompasses Luffy and some of the supernova fighting against Big Mom and Kaido. And so therefore they're fighting on top of a rooftop. It's in One Piece, therefore dubbed ROOFPIECE. Either way, ROOFPIECE has taken the community by storm. It did it in the manga, and now the anime version of this, people are catching on. The crazy part about it is that people are surprised that even manga readers are just enthralled with this anime version of ROOFPIECE. But just to be clear, we have been waiting for this for a long time, this animated version of ROOFPIECE. But how did ROOFPIECE break the community? Why is this segment of the story so hype to the point that everyone, even manga and anime fans, are finally coming together like Naruto and Sasuke at the end of the story and working together and saying, hey, we're putting aside our differences, we just love One Piece? How did it happen? Okay, today's video is sponsored by Raid Shadow Legends, and it's the 3rd anniversary, so I'm gonna give you guys a quick top 3. My top 3 most badass champions. Number 3, Kyoku. The stylish tank will keep her teammates alive. Number 2, Arbiter, a member of the High Elf unit that's capable of reviving the dead. And number 1, we have Turvold, one of the strongest champions available in Raid, a leader type character, crazy attack type warrior, and he belongs with the Barbarians faction. But now, again, it's Raid's 3rd anniversary, so it's gonna be huge. They have a crazy amount of things that's in store, and Raid is starting things off with free gifts for everyone, right? So they added a bunch of new stuff, new content and events, and of course new champions, new artifact sets, and a fully personalized video showcasing every player's Raid journey and their own personal achievements, right? That's really cool. If that wasn't enough for you, it's an entire month of just special events and tournaments with some of the best prizes Raid has to offer, including, again, badass champions and so many shards and other great stuff. Raid's big already, but this whole anniversary event, it's an awesome time to join the Raid community, so you cannot wait around. So this is the best time to get started in Raid, because if you're not playing Raid yet, you can hit my link in the description or scan the QR code that's on the screen. You'll get a special huge B.D.A package worth $40. We're talking about 3 free champions at once: Misericord, Tiger Soul, Romero, right? Plus 10 magic XP brews, 10 force XP brews, and 10 spirit brews, okay? And all the treasure will be waiting for you here in your inbox. And then of course, since it is Raid's birthday, existing players as well can get a bunch of free birthday gifts worth over $25. So once you're in game, after clicking on the link, just enter the promo code 3YearsRaid to get your hands on everything. And it's just that easy. Click the link in the description and I see you guys in the game. Well, I went back and I reread ROOFPIECE, and I think I have an idea as to why ROOFPIECE was so captivating. If you have not read ROOFPIECE, you probably should go read it right now and come back, or I can just walk you through it. Now, I'm not going to go through every single moment in ROOFPIECE, but why was it different? Why even the purists, right? The people that I'm only in One Piece for the story and not for the fight. Why did ROOFPIECE, which is all about action, completely take your heart out, stomp on it, put it back, and for you to wonder what the heck is going on? Well, let's begin here. The subscribe button, right? You click that red button, then we can move on. If it's already clicked, then you click that like button. You feel me? But anyway, ROOFPIECE. First off, the build up. Going into Wano, post Whole Cake Island, post Zoe, post Dressrosa. Well, I guess going into the time skip. After meeting up with Law, we knew Kaido was on the horizon. Maybe not right away, but Kaido, at some point, we'd have to face him. How? Weren't sure. Had to go through Doflamingo. We got some more information about Smiles and how Dofi's working for Kaido. So it was like, okay, Dofi and Kaido connected. Dofi's really scared of Kaido. Kaido is pretty scary. Yeah. We then meet this Kaido character in chapter 795. It's like, oh, wait. No, Kaido is really scary. And Kaido took out one of the worst generation already, somebody who people felt like, you know, one of the leaders of the worst generation with Luffy, Useless Captain Kid, but not only Kid, Apu, Hawkins, and Killer. So it was like, okay, but Kaido is legit. And Big Mom even validated that by saying, you hope to defeat that thing? So Oda had been dropping hints in the beginning saying Kaido is a bit different, and I don't think you guys are ready for him. Luffy indeed was not, because Luffy, when he got to Wano, got completely dominated by Kaido. Even after fighting Katakuri, learning Future Sight, getting a lot stronger, he still got one shot by this thing called Kaido. So, like any arc in One Piece, we have to go through the ringer, right? It's a build-up. And we knew it was going to lead to a war, but what we did not expect was Big Mom, another Yonko from a previous arc, to actually join the fray. What the hell is going on? Big Mom is here. So wait. So you're telling me we have to face this monster that is Kaido, but now we finally ran away and escaped Big Mom, but now she's back? Okay, we were wondering how Oda was gonna do this. And the events leading up to it, it was then clear when we got to Onigashima that Big Mom and Kaido, we were going to have to face them. That was just inevitable with the kidnapping of Momo and the poneglyphs, all this information. It was leading up to us facing Big Mom and Kaido, but how would we do it? Because they're two Yonko, right? It was hard to gauge how strong the Supernova were because it was some infighting for the most part. It was not really great communication amongst the crew. Even with Law, he left for a while because, well, they were calling him a traitor. What the hell, Law, a traitor anyway? And then he was dealing with other Supernova, ex-Drake loosely, but mostly Hawkins. So anyway, the buildup is happening and we're going through the ringer of smaller clashes, smaller moments, but then you figure out, you get to a point in Onigashima where it's clear that the rooftop is where it's at. Zoro was desperately trying to get to the rooftop, Kid and Killer, Luffy, other characters were trying to get to the rooftop. Kaido was already up there fighting the Scabbards. The Scabbards did a good thing, they stabbed Kaido. Kaido then told them they weren't good enough. And then he proceeded to wait. Big Mom then gets to the rooftop, and then Big Mom and Kaido, they're at the rooftop just waiting for these characters. To add some more context, we find out that the New World is ruled by these Yonko. And so the New World, how vast it was, in Wano we had two of them, two emperors, and they were both waiting on the rooftop for these characters. But we had some more context in that because the Yonko, the hype they received was not only from the things that they did up to that point, Big Mom and Whole Cake Island, Kaido, the statements Oda gave to preface it, Whitebeard, he was a Yonko and we saw just how devastating he was at Marineford. So then in our minds, we have an idea of what the Yonko bring. We can't forget about our guy Shanks, who completely stopped the Marineford War. And of course, the other things he was able to accomplish. We won't get into that right now, but it's leading up to this moment. So we have an idea of how strong the Yonko are. They rule the New World for the most part. But then the Supernova, it's not really clear. Luffy got one shot. Law is weaker than Luffy. Kid's weaker than Luffy. Killer's weaker than Luffy. Do we even stand a chance? Now, you think all the hype is based on what's happened inside the story? No. Another part of this is what's happening outside of the story because there was some build up to chapter 1000. Chapter 1000 was a momentous occasion. We had been reading One Piece for 1000 chapters and it was a build up outside of the story from Oda, from Viz. Everything outside of the story was letting us know chapter 1000 will be an occasion. And how it was matching up perfectly with everyone getting to the rooftop, you expected fireworks, but the fireworks you got exceeded your expectations. Throughout Wano, right? And this set the stage for ROOFPIECE. Luffy had been tussling with Kaido, and for the most part, he'd been getting manhandled. In chapter 1000, the build-up leading up to it, the Scabbards, the Supernova, all of them meeting and facing this Yonko, Luffy's red rock and a devastating blow on Kaido, that completely changed the game for us as viewers and fans of the story. How? Well, it became clear that the Yonko are not untouchable, that the Yonko are not unbeatable, that Luffy does have the ability to overcome this mountain. It seemed so far away and the red rock itself completely closed that gap. For us in our minds, but wait, they can be touched. Both Big Mom and Kaido were looking at Luffy like, what is he doing? So chapter 1000, build up outside of the story, build up within the story, it set the stage now. The action or process or result of combining or uniting. And ROOFPIECE, at least chapter 1000, chapter 1001, chapter 1002, and chapter 1003 is an amalgamation of the most epic shit you have ever seen in One Piece. Some may tell you chapter 1000 did not live up to the hype, that it did not deliver what chapter 1000 set out to do. And I would say you're a bold-faced liar because chapter 1000 was a setup. It was opening the door to let you know things were getting started, and started did they get. Because, okay, coming into chapter 1000, when Kaido then, he sees Luffy in silhouette form and says, wait, how high is his ceiling? And then he shows 5 other characters, Rocks, Roger, Shanks, Whitebeard, and Oden. Now, I don't know about you, but when someone is somewhat placed in this group of characters, I'm aroused, okay? It's just a different level of hype. Rocks, Roger, Whitebeard, Oden, Shanks, and you placed Luffy in that. Where are we going with this? I know, there are the purists that don't read One Piece for the fights. They hate power scaling. They don't like it, and kudos to you. But you cannot dismiss just everything that ROOFPIECE was straight up balls to the wall action, right? Like, again, a culmination because we've been waiting for this. Oda does this all the time. A little dick tease, right? Where it's like, hey, this person clashed, this person's a bit stronger. But now we were seeing the Yonko in action. It started off with Luffy fighting Kaido and a Thunder Bog. I'm like, oh my God, it's over. Luffy's like, nope, I use Future Sight. It's still fast, but I was able to dodge it a bit. And I think what made everything so epic was that Big Mom and Kaido, they were fighting together against these characters in which we were so desperate to figure out just exactly how strong they were. A small subsection of this is the fact that there was a group, I want to say close to a cult, called ZKK. It's a group of individuals who vehemently believed that Zoro would be the one to take Kaido's head, and to their credit, it wasn't for no reason. They had evidence and facts and things from previous stories, previous One Piece installments like Monster with Ryuma, in which it is leading up to the moment where Zoro is the person to take Kaido's head, right? This was a major thing being discussed at the time, and the factions were split. Now Zoro's on the rooftop with Luffy fighting Kaido. What about Kid, Luffy, and Law? How do they fare against the Yonko? We go on to see some of the best combinations that you have ever seen in the series. Again, the Yonko have been built up back at the end of Enies Lobby when we learn about Dragon, the New World, and it's like, these are the people who rule, and we are facing the people who are in control. In Dressrosa, one of the most hype moments is Luffy and Law's combination attack with Red Hawk. That was in abundance in ROOFPIECE. I'm talking about Killer and Kid, Luffy and Law, Law and Zoro, everyone interchanging to stand a chance against these monsters, but they were easily outdone by Kaido and Big Mom based on how durable and just how strong they freaking were. Kaido was not only taking everything they were throwing at him, Big Mom was pulling out abilities we did not even see in her arc. But again, not to be outdone, Zoro, now wielding Enma, trying to control Enma better, had an attack, flying Dragon Blaze, that Big Mom warned Kaido to dodge, but took off one of the horns at the top of Onigashima. Listen, I thought the hype could not get any more immense. The Big Mom summons sentient lightning. Luffy starts pummeling Kaido with Kong Gatling. Based on who these people were, the worst generation in the Yonko, it was inevitable for them to clash. This generation has been causing such a ruckus, they were going to clash with the establishment, which were the Yonko and the world government. They were making a name for themselves, and they were going to take on whoever stood in their way. And so when we get to chapter 1009 and Big Mom and Kaido combined attack Conquest of the Sea, and Zoro stood in front of it, tried to block it, broke every bone in his body. Law had to move him out of the way. Like, guys. But what made it so special? What made this moment, all these different action sequences, how did it break the community? Well, when we have a chapter in chapter 1010, where the chapter literally felt like fan art, right? Where Zoro's using Ashura again. For the first time post-time skip, when Zoro is confirmed to be a Conqueror's Haki user, when Luffy finally starts using advanced Conqueror's Haki coding, all these small moments with these major characters completely changed One Piece forever. I'm not sure if there will ever be an action sequence like what occurred from chapter 1000 all the way to chapter 1010, not straight through because we went to some different fights, but when we have Luffy, Zoro, Law, Kid, Killer, Kaido, and Big Mom, and it's straight up fighting against each other, it was Oda for the first time, I think ever in the story, giving the fans a good, straight up fan service brawl, and even fan service information with Zoro and Conqueror's Haki, Ashura. It did not feel real. Something that even amplified this was the community. Every single week, spoilers were trending, chapters were trending, phrases were trending. Zoro, Luffy, Kaido, ROOFPIECE. These moments slowly but surely broke everyone. If you ask anyone about ROOFPIECE and if they enjoyed it, they're just gonna tip their cap to you, because this is society. And you know that these moments, I think, will never be replicated again. Of course, recent chapters, 1044, 1045, those amazing reveals, as hype as it was, as crazy as those reveals are, ROOFPIECE changed the game. And when I get older and I have grandkids, I'm going to tell them about ROOFPIECE. Of course, Gear 5 will come up for sure. But when I break down what ROOFPIECE means to me, when they're catching up to One Piece, I will let them know those were the most hype, straight up intense weeks of One Piece. Well, I guess up to this point, because the final war may eclipse that. Not gonna lie. But ROOFPIECE changed the game. And so with the anime episodes coming out and being as hype as they are, chapter 1000 again in the manga was set up. Now for me, I cannot wait for how the anime adapts the entirety of ROOFPIECE. I don't know what to say. But guys, give me your thoughts. What does ROOFPIECE mean to you? Did it have the same impact on you like it did on me? Let me know in the comments. Make sure to like the video if you did. Subscribe to the channel for more content like this. Follow me on Twitter at BravoDAce. Follow me on Instagram at BravoD.Ace. Thank you to my patrons. I appreciate you guys all so much. Again, guys, be sure to like and subscribe, and I'll catch you in the next one. Peace.
I start doubting me, I felt lost.